Shalom royalty, it's Ellie here. And what's up, Rainicorns? So today's video is like gonna be a little bit different. We do talk about wealth and stuff over here regardless. And I wanted to talk to you guys about something specific that y'all can do. So y'all already know Bitcoin's going back up. I don't know why people are treating Bitcoin like it's a get rich quick type of scheme or whatever, because there's been people saying to sell off your Bitcoin, and people who are saying it's a bad investment to make and all that stuff. Cryptocurrency in general is a great investment to make. That's just one example, right? So, it crashed a few months ago, like everything else does. Y'all have to understand, cryptocurrency is just very volatile. So it does exactly the same thing that other markets do, just way, way, way faster. And so, anybody who invested in Bitcoin early last year is still up right now. Even if, they bought a lot when it was at 60K and it still is like down halfway from 60K. It don't matter. They up from $3,000, $5,000. So what people really need to understand is you gotta know what you're doing. And I'm not gonna be fake in front of y'all. Like, I'm not perfect. Yes, I do still smoke these. I don't smoke all the time anymore though. That was one of the things that I had to like get out of. It was like something that was consuming my time. And I don't buy weed anymore. I still smoke weed, but I don't buy it because I know if I got like 2 grams on me, I'm gonna be high the whole time. I'm not gonna get any work done. So I might get some work done, but I'm gonna be very lazy and not, own up to my priorities how I need to. So I don't buy weed. I will smoke some like at a party or a family gathering or something like that. So I just say that to be very transparent. I don't want to appear to be like a perfect person or anything. I'm not. So it is what it is. So crypto, some people like Forex. I want to get into Forex, but after, I don't even want to say after the shift happens. Like, I just don't want to do it right now because I know it would distract me. I would have to learn more, and I'm not in a learning state right now. I don't want to learn anything else besides what I'm already in. I want to get better at what I'm already doing, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what it is that I do later in this video. And so, you got cryptocurrency, you got Forex, you got, starting your own business. Like, I was talking to one dude and he was talking about, like selling cigarettes to people, like just going to like Sam's or Costco or any like big bulk buy wholesale price stuff and just sell them all for like $1 or $2. And I'm like, yo, that's actually really, really smart. Just keep them on yourself. So like if you at work or you're just like hanging out or whatever, somebody like, hey, you got a square? It's like, yeah, $1. And you just make money that way. There's plenty of ways to make money out here, but we are talking about high value, high income skills, right? And I say for creatives because we need a lot of flexibility. We aren't people who can just like sit at a job or even like have a high income skill that requires a lot of our time, requires a lot of our energy, if we have other things that we want to do. Now, if your high income, that skill is, what you like to do all the time, then by all means, it can consume your time like that. But I know what it is that I do. I teach people. I'm not necessarily the type of person to take on mentors, right? Mentees. I'll get a mentor or I'll get a coach. I'll buy a course and I'll learn that way. But I'm not going to sit and be like with one person and mentor them and that type of thing. So that's not something I want my time consumed in. I have an online course. I have an ebook. That's the type of thing I'm into. I'm into teaching people, but in a direct, indirect way, if you understand what I'm saying. So what I talk about is real estate. Let me get this thing right quick. This is the Robert Kiyosaki board game. It's very similar to Monopoly. It's called Cash Flow. Get out of the rat race. Let me turn this camera around. So this is what it looks like. And it's a board game. You could have 2 to 6 people playing it. And so what's the point of that board game? That board game teaches you all about assets versus liabilities. It teaches you financial literacy. It teaches you about budgeting. When I say budget, I don't mean like what most people mean by budgeting, I just mean like you have a particular amount of money and you're going to allocate funds in specific ways. What the government refers to as a budget is not a budget, because they are asking us to pay taxes for them to have the budget, and that's not what it is. They need to have what they already have and budget those funds. That's not a budget. A budget is funds that you already have and you're putting them in places where you need to put them. So, but I'll talk about financial literacy another time, that's different. But cash flow, that board game, will teach you about different things you can be doing. And so I teach people about real estate investing, right? I teach people how to get into the real estate investing industry. That is also another high income skill. Whether it's bird dog, that's starter level, wholesaler, you don't own the property, but you have control over the property and you make a profit from that deal. You also have flipping houses. That's where it's pretty much like wholesaling, but you add in repairing and rehabbing the property, and you're selling it on the market. You're not selling it to a private list of investors, which is what a wholesaler does. And then you got your landlords. That's more passive income. It's less money, but you have more equity. You have equity and you have cash flow. And so that's where we talk about real estate investing. You can also be a money lender, a money broker. One of my friends, Coach Hinton, he was on one of the lives. He brokers funds for people who either want to buy properties or businesses. And so why have a high income skill? Why do any of that? Well, on top of this whole high value narrative that's going around right now, do y'all not see what's going on in the economy? Really look with your eyes. Your third eye don't got to be open for this. You don't have to be all spiritual and stuff. This video is for creators, but the regular everyday person can see, working a job ain't it, at least in the capacity that, things have been going for the longest time. If you're going to have a job, you need to be with a startup company that, offers you equity in the company. You need to be with a real estate firm. You need to be with an investment firm. If you're going to have a job, get a job like that. Okay, where you can make bank, possibly have equity in the company. They can sell, shares in their company, things like that, instead of working for minimum wage. And there's nothing wrong with working minimum wage. Especially if you're young or you're older, you just have a job because you just want to have one, that type of thing. That's what a lot of older people do as bird dogs. They don't necessarily, want to go into wholesaling or owning properties or whatever. They just want to make some extra cash or whatever. That's different. But when you're talking about, making money, making 6 figures or more, different things like that, you got to get into that high income spot. Having a regular job will not get you into high income unless you have a degree, unless you have certain types of certifications, which are fine. Those are cool too. But y'all know what lawyers and doctors and all those other people do? They buy real estate. They buy real estate properties. They build their passive income and they build their equity. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Yes. You want water? All right, hold on. Hey, y'all, give me 1 second, okay? I'm going to be right back. All right, I'm back. So, okay. And so, that's the general thing. It's just what exactly is it that you want to get into that's going to bring you a lot of income. So having an online business is very smart. Drop shipping, right? That is where you can sell a product online, but you don't necessarily have to buy them. You can just have the product available Someone purchases it from you, and you get the product from wherever it is, and you sell it to them. Let me see. There's plenty of different things you can do. It's about, you taking the effort to go find what it is that you like, and that will bring in a lot of income, preferably passively, where you're not, allocating your time unless that is what you want to do, right? So I'm going to let you guys watch this video real quick. And this goes over what it is I do. And you can get into this as well. So I teach people, like I said, how to get into the real estate investing industry at the beginner level. And then I also have programs for accelerating and getting, deeper into real estate investing. So it's called Bird Dog Real Estate. You can visit us at birddogrealestate.com, and we have an app available. This is touring the app and everything. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at Bird Dog Real Estate. But in order to get everything you need, you do have to go to the website, which is birddogrealestate.com. We just launched, and so now I can actually share what it is that I do with you guys on a more consistent basis. Now that I actually own the website, I own the URL. This is my thing. So yeah. And when you become a wholesaler, right, you're looking at making very realistically anywhere from like $5,000 to $10,000 per deal. There are lower ones. I did make less on my first ones, but when I get back into it, I now know better about like negotiations for both the seller of the property and my investor buyers who buy from me. And so yeah, it's very realistic to make $5,000-$10,000 a month. You can easily make you can make 7 figures, but you can easily make 6 figures as a wholesaler, as long as you're on your grind and you're doing everything you're supposed to do. And if you catch the replay, feel free to pause anytime and read anything that's on the website that may catch your eye, that may interest you. All this is on the website, so if you're not able to see everything because of my little floating thing right here, you can take some time to go visit the website and you can read it all for yourself. On this page is the public forum. Everybody's available.
Hey there, Bird Dog fam, and welcome to the Bird Dog Experts Real Estate Investing course. I'm Ellie.
For some reason, the video played a little early, but you'll see the talking and why that happened in a minute. That's from my my e-course. Now, why is it important to have a high income skill? Like I said, the whole high value thing, the economy. But on top of that, you want to build generational wealth anyway. And how can you do that when you're scraping for crumbs all the time? You can't. You have to be able to make a large amount of money.
Hey there, Bird Dog fam. It's Ellie from Bird Dog Real Estate here. And welcome to our bonus unit. This one is bonus unit, transition to wholesaling. And so we're going to be talking about the different things you need to do in order to transition from being.
And so you can do it, of course, making small amounts of money. You can save, you can invest, but things just go a lot faster when you have a lot more funds. So like as a wholesaler, you're making 6 figures. You're easily able to start buying your own rental properties and make passive income that way. Whether you're paying cash for your house or you're making payments, you're getting a mortgage or something like that. So this is the preview of my course. That was why you heard my voice a minute ago. And so in this, I'm teaching people, the basis, how to get into the industry and start making money as a bird dog, and educate yourself by networking. Networking is very, very important, you guys. Like, you have to have a network in order to make large amounts of money. Some people don't believe that. To each his own, honestly, but it's a lot easier when you're surrounding yourself with people who are either on the same wavelength as you, or a higher understanding, a higher level of wisdom. So they can plant nuggets into your brain. You can be like, oh, okay, I never thought about it that way. Let me try that. Or, now that I understand this, I can move differently. And in my e-course, I have bonus units available for people who are moving past the bird dog level. And also on the website, I'm not sure if y'all saw earlier when I was like scrolling through the different groups that are available. We have a cryptocurrency group and a real estate investment trust and ETFs group. So that's different ways of investing. People are starting to use cryptocurrency to buy real estate. And so once you understand and you get to that level of, financial literacy and understanding that there's different ways of doing things, that's where you really tap into the true wealth. There's plenty of money out here, if we're going to use that word. You have to have an abundance mindset in order to understand that you can make an unlimited amount of money. At a job, you're given a salary, which literally means you have a cap on the income that you can make. As an entrepreneur, there is no cap on how much money that you can make, and that's no cap. Understand that. Especially if you have an online business where you don't even have to be present for someone to get whatever it is that you have to offer. And I have a mastermind for people who want to make six figures. You can either pay the $1,500 up front or make monthly payments of $150. Six figures as a wholesaler, specifically. I apologize for the train that's about to pass by. And I do have a couple of partnerships for people who want to learn how to wholesale. There's courses available on the website for that. I have an affiliate partnership with those people who want to move either into wholesaling, or you want to move past wholesaling. You want to get into, getting lenders and financing for your properties and stuff like that. And creative financing for wholesale properties. And this is called the National Bird Dog List. So, like, if you are a bird dog, you can sign up, and investors can contact you if they need you to work in their market. Or if you are an investor and you need to build your team up, you need people to help you find leads, you can purchase the National Bird Dog List, and you can get in touch with those people who are in your market. And so, talking about financial literacy a little bit, besides like investing and, by getting passive income and using your money that way, I highly, highly, highly recommend buying farmland, buying seeds, buying plants that regenerate every year, because we're going to that, you guys. It's vital to understand that. Bill Gates bought up a bunch of farmland. China has been buying farmland in America, in the United States specifically. So I mean, come on, y'all. I do have an ebook available. Y'all can't see it on the video right now, but the ebook is called #BirdDog to Wholesaler ebook, and that teaches you how to take your steps as a bird dog and eventually have a wholesale business. And so yeah, that's the end of that. So yeah, it's serious out here, y'all. It's very, very serious, but I wanted to show you guys, I want to be an example for what it is that I talk about. I talk about kingdom entrepreneur. My son. Okay. I'll be right back, y'all. Did you turn it? What happened to it? Turn it back on. Let me see. So yeah, like I was saying, we're going back to that as far as, having a homestead. If you don't necessarily want to have a full-on farm on your own, at least grow a garden in your backyard. Having chickens, you're allowed to do that as long as, if you're not like under HOA or anything. I feel like you should own like, a couple of acres on your own without being in an HOA, especially, with the times we're in. Nothing wrong with being in a good community, having an HOA. It's just they have too many restrictions for me that it doesn't make sense. Why would I buy a house that I want to live in, that I own, and still pay fees to somebody for living in their neighborhood and have them tell me what I can and can't do on my own property? That don't make sense to me. But, to each his own. Yeah. So, yeah. Get into that wealth mindset. Okay, get into understanding that, just because we're spiritual and all that, we shouldn't have money. I think that spiritual people should have the most money, because at least most of our hearts are pure and our intent is good. And what we want to do is help people. I don't want to make a bunch of money just so I can have a bunch of money. Kingdom entrepreneurship is about making enough money to feed the kingdom, right? So you want to tithe properly. Allocate your funds to things that are going to feed your soul, feed your mind, feed your heart, different things like that. That's another reason, like we can go to the grocery store all day. I just went to the grocery store today. Even the produce isn't good for us because they put all these chemicals and stuff in it. So grow your own stuff, you guys. I'm probably just going to walk through the garden a little bit so y'all can see what's up with that. Because like I said, I want to be an example. I don't just want to talk about stuff and not do it. I was watching Dilo the Pilot Man. I said Dilo. I always call him Dilo. Dolo the Pilot Man the other day. And he was talking about how, folks want to be all talk and no action. And I'm like, yeah. And that's how most people are. We can't be like that. As spiritual people, we can't, we're the last people. We over here talking about affirmations. We over here talking about manifestation. We can't be all talk, no action. We're the last people. The last people to be capping on what we say we're going to do. Got some new tomatoes growing in. Then my onions over there. He fell over. I don't know what his problem is. I'm going to check on him later. I got a banana pepper that's ready. But yeah, like, it's serious, man. Let me see if my mom's squash is starting to grow yet. My mom got some squash and zucchini. Now the squash isn't growing yet, but the leaves are going crazy out here. And that's the zucchini. He kind of struggling, but I think he'll be alright. Also, gardening is a high income skill. Like, being your own, whether you go to the farmer's market or not, you can sell your stuff online too. You can ship your stuff to other people. Preserving food, canning food, pickling food. I feel like that's going to be a booming business coming very soon when people realize what's going on. Because, like I said, you don't even need your third eye open to see the crazy stuff that's happening in the world right now. You just see it. It's on the news. You see it every day when you leave your house. You observe it when you're talking to people. So, you know, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And please go explore. See what it is you want to do. I named a few things. Those are just the things that I'm interested in, that I know about, that I have some sort of knowledge of. Don't let what I say limit what it is that you want to do. I know a lot of ladies like to do different things other than the things I mentioned besides gardening. So if you're a lady, you might want to be a bird dog in the real estate industry, but you probably want to go into something like selling jewelry or selling clothes, making your own clothes and selling it, doing hair. And I'm not, against people wearing false hair, fake hair, but I think that people who can do natural hair, people who can style natural hair, people who can treat natural hair, I feel like that's going to be basically a commodity, because people are understanding, like, I don't need to be doing this, I don't need to be doing that. I need to take care of who I am as a person. So the natural hair industry, like it was booming a few years ago, it's going to start booming again very, very soon. It's hot out here, so that's why I'm sweating the way that I am. So yeah, but I'm gonna go. I gotta go live on my other pages and let it be known that our website is up. So if you do want to get into real estate, we call it RAI when you get into the industry and everything. If you want to get into RAI, go ahead and hit up birddogrealestate.com. Follow us on Instagram at birddogrealestate. We do have a Facebook group. It has nearly 13,000 people in there, so you can connect with different people in there, get a better understanding of everything, from our different communities that we have, and seek insight and wisdom from those individuals. Okay, so yeah, shalom royalty. I'll see you in the next one. Dawada, and thanks, Rainicorns.